Anvi, and I'm really excited to be here at the Pioneer Grange and interview some of the Grange members. Can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. My name's Terry Caruso. I'm a member of the Grange and a resident of Dayton, and I am the lecturer of the Pioneer Grange, also coordinating programs for the year.
What are some upcoming future events that the Grange has planned?
Well, we have many this year. One that's going to happen next week, or this week actually, which is the Milltown 4th of July Parade. We participate with the Oddfellows in New Brunswick on a float that runs through the town on the 4th of July. We also have the county fair at the Middlesex Fairgrounds on August 4th through August 10th. And we have participation in National Night Out here in South Brunswick on August the 5th. In addition, we have a bunch of other things we're thinking about in September, which is books and bingo night. So possibly a night that we can have bingo and kids can win books for school. We also have planned our annual pumpkin lighting, October 25th, that's a Saturday, and we are thinking about doing a pumpkin painting activity with the kids before it gets dark out and before we light up our pumpkins. In addition, we're gonna have a wreath making workshop in early December and breakfast with Santa probably a week later in December, where kids can meet Santa and Frosty the Snowman and make crafts and eat breakfast. So the other thing we might be doing in January is possibly a bulb forcing workshop in January of 2026. So those are some of the activities we have planned for this year in 2025.
Something that we were also wondering about is what would someone accomplish if he or she became involved with the Grange?
Well, I think the important thing for people to get out of coming to the Grange is they can meet other people in their community while participating in fun activities. That would be one. Another would be have a sense of belonging to the community, being part of the community, and also learn about the history of South Brunswick and Dayton. So those are some things that they could get out of participating in some of our events at the Grange.
And our final thing that we were wondering about is, how does the Grange partner with other organizations or local institutions in its outreach work?
Well, really it's word of mouth. And some of our members are members of other organizations. I'll use one example is the Dayton Village Citizens Coalition. We actually did the pumpkin lighting together the first year here at the Grange. I guess it was 2 years ago. And we did it again last year, and we're going to do it again for a third year. So that was a partnership that we have with a local organization here in Dayton. Another group is the Lions Club, who utilizes our property for advertisement for their flea market. And we're also working with the Lions Club to possibly get a mailbox that people can deposit glasses into, so we can give those to people in need, whether it be here in this country or in another country. But that's one of the missions of the Lions Club, and we're working with them towards that mission. Another thing we partnered with is the South Brunswick Library, where we had the scavenger hunt, the historic scavenger hunt, and the Grange participated in that about 2 years ago, where they set up the Grange and they showed everyone the inside of the building. So this building goes back to 1940. So that was a nice relationship that we had with the library. And let's see, Wreaths Across America was another good group that we partnered with. They basically put wreaths on the graves of veterans at the cemetery right next door to us, the Dayton Cemetery. So that was a group that we partnered with, and we basically opened the Grange up as a warming station. We provide bathrooms to them, the use of our parking lot, and any other activities that are needs that they might have to make sure that their event goes off without a hitch. So that was a nice partnership. So Reads Across America, Dayton Village Citizens Coalition, South Brunswick Library, South Brunswick Lions Club. Oh yes, of course, the Girl Scouts. How could I forget, Alfie? You're one yourself. So we've actually opened up the building for the trunk or treat when it was raining out. We also opened up the building for their cookie training and a cookie booth. So it's been a great relationship with the Girl Scouts. And as a result of that, you're working on your silver award and helping us get the word out about the Grange.
Yeah.
We're also working with the Master Gardeners of Middlesex County, which I'm a Master Gardener with another member, Dale Duche, and the both of us have brought in Master Gardeners to do plant sales here as a fundraiser, and also native plant beds that we have out in the front. So we've worked with a number of other organizations in the area, and we've partnered together to do activities.
Okay, today we're going to be talking to another Grange member. Can you please introduce yourself?
Well, thank you very much. My name is Joseph Mitzak, and I'm president of the Pioneer Grange here in Dayton, New Jersey.
What does it mean to be a Grange member?
Well, for me, being a Grange member means that I'm connected with my community, and it strengthens what I can do as an outreach in the community to help others, and especially help farming and environmental issues throughout the state of New Jersey.
What role does the Grange play in making an impact on our community and the people in it?
I'm glad you asked that question. The Grange has been around for over 150 years. And not only did we help create the New Jersey State Police, we've also helped create environmental laws throughout the state and make sure that we're good stewards of our land and our environment.
What are some member benefits, and how do these offerings and interests motivate people to become a member?
Well, some of the membership benefits are just the fellowship that we create here in the Grange, our meetings and our community outreach that we do. Some of the other benefits are education, legislation, and just being able to be a part of something bigger than yourself.
What are some successes and notable contributions that the Grange has had in our area?
Well, our Grange, particularly Pioneer Grange, has overseen many environmental issues throughout South Brunswick and Middlesex County, and also has supported local farmers and to bring local produce to people around the state and around our area.
What role has the Grange played in supporting local agriculture, education, or civic engagement?
Well, the Grange, specifically in New Jersey, we started the Middlesex County Fair, and we've also been pivotal in making sure that farmers have the land they need to grow and clean water for their animals and livestock as well. The Grange has always been a proponent of farming rights and the ability for farmers to produce food for the community.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Today we're going to be interviewing another Grange member. Could you please introduce yourself?
I'm Donna Underwood, and I'm the Vice President of Pioneer Grange.
How did the Grange form, and what are the origins? What are some key motivations that allowed it to develop over time?
The National Grange was founded in 1867 following the Civil War. Its purpose was to put America, torn apart by the Civil War, back together and back on its feet. The Grange was a lifelong dream of a Minnesota farmer, Oliver Hudson Kelly. It was his conviction that during the Reconstruction period, a group that emphasized fraternal brotherhood and goodwill would do the most to heal the breach between North and South by uniting all farmers in a common goal of improving their own lives as well as agricultural's lot. Pioneer Grange was started in 1872 As the first and oldest Grange in New Jersey, Pioneer Grange has shared in many accomplishments of both local and statewide interest. The Grange was begun by farm families concerned with improving farm market prospects and the improvement of rural life. The United States Post Office, Rural Delivery Service, and Rural Electrification Administration were fostered by Grange leaders in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. This is how your mail is delivered. This is how we have electricity in the rural areas, and we're currently working on improving internet service in the rural areas. During the 1920s, the New Jersey State Grange was instrumental in the establishment of New Jersey State Police. Pioneer Grange traditionally reflected the rural and agricultural communities in which it is located. While most of the farmers in central New Jersey and across the nation have disappeared, the Grange as a national organization has focused more on community service with an emphasis on agricultural matters and improving rural America. Today's Grange provides opportunities for individuals and families to develop their highest potential with dynamic programs and experiences that educate, engage, and enrich lives.
Are there any traditions or events that have been especially meaningful or long-lasting in our community?
Well, some of the fundraisers the Grange used to have were chicken salad and scalloped oyster dinners and ham dinners. Hundreds of people would come to these events, and our upstairs would be totally packed solid with people waiting to be served. Something else we did was a rummage sale every summer, where the whole basement would be full of all kinds of donated items, household goods and clothing and whatnot. It would run for an entire week, and the ladies of the Grange would run it from morning till night that entire week, just like a regular store would be open. Some of the events we would have were Christmas parties with Santa and a gift exchange. We would have a Grange birthday party once a year where the refreshment tables were all decorated for each month of the year, and the ladies would be judged on this and they would win prizes. We also would have a summer picnic every year, usually at somebody's house that had a pool. Something else we did were fair booths, both the state fair and the Middlesex County Fair. That took a lot of preparation work, preparing all the vegetables and whatnot to be shown at these booths. And we'd also do a float every year in the Monmouth Junction 4th of July parade. We have many trophies to show for our endeavors with the parade. Meetings were held bi-weekly with a potluck supper once a month.
How did your connection with the Grange start? How was the history of the Grange when you first joined?
I'm a 5th generation member of this Grange with over 50 years membership. I started coming to meetings as a baby with my parents. My ancestors helped start Pioneer Grange and over the years held many offices. I have held several offices as well, and I'm currently the vice president. I remember the 100th anniversary celebration and participated in a Victorian fashion show. I was in charge of the 125th anniversary celebration. We had dignitaries from all branches of the Grange as well as state and local politicians. We also had a float in the last Monmouth Junction 4th of July parade celebrating our 125th anniversary, and we won first place.
Thank you.
You're welcome.